Welcome back to Strings and Pucks. So this is a little bit different. For the past year, I've been working on getting my channel, actually 2 YouTube channels, to monetization. And while I'm making this video, I'm only about 440 watch hours away. So I wanted to actually do kind of a video journal on what it will be like to cross the finish line to stage 1 monetization, which I'll explain in a minute. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about the journey because I know some of you have just started this journey. Some of you have been working at it for a little while. There were a lot of mistakes that I made and some things that I figured out that really helped me to start to gain my footing with getting the channel monetized. So I'm not going to tell the whole story. I'm just going to kind of get you up to speed and then give you some tips that I've got. But with 440 hours left to go, it could end up being 3 to 4 weeks before I hit the next level, 3,000 watch hours. There are 2 levels of monetization on YouTube that I know of, and that the first one is getting 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. Now, the first thing you need to understand is how do you even know what your numbers are? So I should be putting up a screenshot right now. This is on my iPad, but when I go to my channel and I go under Manage Videos, there's a little icon that looks like a $sign. You tap that icon. It will tell you the criteria of getting to stage 1 monetization. And what does that even mean? If you've been in a live stream and you've seen people do super chats or super stickers where people can basically leave a tip or buy a channel membership, that's only available once you become monetized under stage 1. That was something I didn't understand. I thought that as soon as you started to live stream, people could send you a super tip or a super chat or whatever it is. And that's just not the case. You have to do a lot of work to get there. And the 2 sides of it are getting enough subscribers, 500 in this case. Right now I'm just at above 1,700 subscribers. And watch hours. When I started doing YouTube, all I heard about was get to 1,000 subscribers, that there was something that happened at that number. And there are some things, but I didn't pay near enough attention to the watch hours. The watch hours are by far the hardest thing, or were for me to get, because literally, if you think of it, if you do an hour-long live stream and 1 person watches, that's 1 watch hour. 10 people watch, 10 watch hours, etc. So to get to 3,000, if you're doing, what I was doing early on were videos that were less than 10 minutes. A lot of my videos were songs that were less than 6 minutes. So even if I got 1,000 views, it would take... Oh, now I have to do math and I didn't count on that. Hold on. So if I did a 6-minute video and you look at your averages, and people usually stop watching after 30 seconds, but let's say a minute. So 1 minute times 1,000 views be 1,000 minutes, right? Divided by 60. 16 watch hours, 16.6. So if you do a video that's 6 minutes long and people on average watch for 1 minute, and that was what my averages were, you're only getting 16.6 watch hours. And you would have to do that video, and 1,000 views for me is a lot. I didn't have a lot of videos getting that. But to get to 3,000 hours on a video like that, you would have to make 180 of those videos that would get 1,000 views to get to 3,000 watch hours. So now you can see why it ends up being so difficult. So for me, on this journey, I wasn't tracking my numbers right, but eventually, here's what I discovered. I started keeping a journal. And I'll show you what a page of this looks like, and I'll put one up on the screen. So every single day, this is back in December. So you can see at the bottom, December 18th, December 19th, December 20th, my birthday, December 20th. I was keeping track on Strings and Pucks. How many watch hours did I have? how many subscribers did I have? Back on December 18th, I had just over 1,500 subscribers, and I had just under 1,200 watch hours. And so I started tracking that. Each week, I would do a 7-day growth analysis. And this sounds real complicated, but this is how I understood what my numbers looked like. So after 7 days, I could tell you how many subs I'd gained or lost, how many hours I'd gained, and what I was on track for. And this is why this was all important. What I noticed is if I was doing live streams twice a week and doing a video, I could get roughly 100 hours a week while I was still growing the channel. So that would be 30 weeks. So I really started to focus on understanding how many watch hours each thing gave. But here's the real secret to all of it. I'm having the most fun. It's because I figured out what it is I'm good at in my realm. For me, I love playing live on Fridays and on Sunday mornings. And doing that, yes, it accomplishes getting the watch hours, but it's the interactions with people and playing the music that I love playing. Once I started just doing what I loved doing, it wasn't about micromanaging numbers anymore. But I at least understood, okay, if I put in this amount of work, if I do a 2-hour stream on Friday and a 1-hour stream on Sunday, doing what I love doing, I'm going to get to that goal. And now I'm tracking it. So for me at this point, this week, my goal is to do my 2 live streams, and I just recorded an evergreen type video, a video people will watch over and over again. Because for a live stream, typically after the first 24 hours, I'm not going to get any more views. People who miss the stream will usually watch it in the first 24 to 48 hours if they're going to watch it. I've started adding timestamps and chapters to make it easier for people because there's a lot of talking and things. If they just want to enjoy the music, they can hit the timestamp and pick the music they want to see. But for my journey, I came up with a goal of getting 100 hours a week, and then I just focused on doing what I love doing, and that's the live streams. But needing to do at least one video each week that is some type of review, that's a big part of growing the channel going forward. Because like I said, I love doing the live streams, but once a live stream for me is done, within 24 or 48 hours, it's not really going to get any more views. But the other content I do, the gear reviews, talks like this, where people might be interested in the subject. If you have a channel and you're focused just on live streams, I'd encourage you to find a niche of content that you can do like this. 10 to 20 minutes of talking about something that you know about and are passionate about. Because if you're just doing something to get minutes, it's really going to be a burden to you, and it's going to take all the fun out of this. So for me, if you're watching this right now, if you're trying to grow, you need to figure out your numbers so that you're not frustrated. Because if you just every week or so just checking to see where you're at, you don't understand how you're gaining new subscribers, you're not understanding how you're getting watch hours, maybe you're not getting the kind of watch hours you want. Once you understand who your audience is and what you're good at and what you enjoy doing, and once you can get those numbers, so if you do a daily video and you're getting 100 views, 200 views, 300 views, figure out what that translates to in hours. And that's why I kept daily track, because each day I could just do a simple subtraction. Okay, yesterday I had 1,200 hours. Today I have 1,230 hours. So what I did yesterday added 30 watch hours. I should tell you that under the verified view hours, it takes 5 days to catch up. So I'm going to show you another screen. I actually look at my 365 days to date, because that's the other part of this. After 365 days, whatever you did drops off of your rolling average. So if I started last year on March 1st, today's March 2nd, Last year, whatever I did on March 1st is no longer being calculated in my rolling watch hours, if that makes sense. So you have to get this all done in 365 days. But by just checking my 365-day rolling average every day and then doing subtraction, I know what's coming up in 5 days under verified, and I can estimate where I'm going to be. I'll go back to this past week. So I did 2 live streams over the weekend. My Friday live stream added 70 watch hours, and my Sunday live stream added 25 watch hours, and that's just by tracking, so I understood the numbers, so I'm not surprised. So I can tell you, as of today, it's March 2nd. At the latest, by April 1st, I should reach stage 1 monetization. And I'm saying that because I haven't been able to do as much lately. I've got some personal stuff happening. Life goes on. But I think I can still average about 100 hours a week right now, even while things are a little bit stressful. So with that, I need 440 hours. I average just over 100 hours a week, 4 weeks' time. So I'm not being surprised by the result, but I am able to plan for it. So my plan, once I hit that first monetization level, is to do some celebration live stream. And also, if I want to try to speed it up a little bit, I might do some pop-up live streams. You may see me just say, hey, this is just a surprise pop-up live stream. That's just a way to help move the goal along. This has given me something to strive for. And once I hit monetization on the first level, I'll show you all the steps that you take, and then the second level. I've already done that for my other channel. I'll tell that story another day. But this is my video journal for the next 500 hours, 440, until we get to monetization on Strings and Pucks. Thank you for joining me. I'll show you what happens along the way, and we'll see how fast we get there. I'm hoping it's quick. It would take a miracle, but if we could get there in 2 weeks, that would be amazing. Anything outside of that, anything 2 weeks and under would be a little miracle at this point. But I thank you for coming along for the ride. And if you have questions about how to understand your numbers better, just shoot me a comment. I'm happy to share everything I've learned with you. Keep a journal, understand what you're doing, and understand how it adds to your goals. That way you're not frustrated, you're not surprised, and you can just enjoy the ride, because this is supposed to be fun. Thanks for stopping by.